Comics, Games, and Collectibles, your zen of geekism. We carry comics old and new, magazines, toys, games like Pokemon, Magic, D&D. Want Godzilla, Ultraman, Star Trek, Ninja Turtles, Funko Pops? You'll find it all here. Shop our Cosmic Sound Room and pick up a record or two. Enjoy our Comic Coffee Lounge with a cup of Sasquatch coffee or a delicious menu item while geeking out over a super cool movie on our big screen. Come by and say hello to Maui. Cosmic Comic, Games, and Collectibles. Superman loves us, and so will you.
Yeah, you want the comic book?
But how do I know if my picture's the right one?
If come from inside you, always right on.
You know what, I tell you what, man, you gotta just send me some books up here in the Arctic, cause it ain't nothing getting through. You know, the postman, he just says he ain't getting nothing through.
Super is your fun toy? Super is your fun toy?
Win, lose, no matter. You make good fight and respect. Then nobody bother.
Scripsters, a monster that you can avoid. Come down the stairs and eat your brains, and probably you have destroyed your knee, your teeth, all you can eat. Everyone knows is Scripsters, a monster that you can avoid. We'll eat all the girls and the boys, we'll eat all the girls and the boys.
Buy Creepsters and help us make it the #1 comic in Australia and the world.
I do not stand by in the presence of evil.
I'm bored.
Hey, kid!
Yeah?
Are you looking for something exciting to read while you enjoy some sugary cereal?
Yeah!
Then grab a copy of Mighty Mascots from Alterna Comics! Born from the ashes of a disastrous 3D printing accident, 8 living advertisements have banded together to right the wrongs of this world, led by a former child star. These unlikely heroes are freaks to some, but you will know them as the Mighty Mascots. The miniseries is 3 issues full color and printed on glorious newsprint. This is the fun superhero series that you didn't know you needed. Created and written by Keith Gleason, featuring artwork by Ian Morianto and colors by Anton Bondi.
Ahoy, I can't wait for more!
Mighty Mascots is part of your complete breakfast and comic book reading experience. Only from Alterna Comics.
Hey, you, sci-fi fan. Are you finally ready to have your head explode? Never before seen sci-fi action. A strange new world. Exotic technology. Kick-ass characters. And a story that will turn your mind inside out. Nephilim Squadron, Volume 1. Available now on Indiegogo.
Welcome to the Demo Diana Show.
Today, I have been busy working this morning. I have taken down all of the baseboard and I have hammered out all the nails, and they are stacked neatly in the backyard to be repurposed at a later date. Right now, I am getting ready to do my first demo into this wall that is coming down. Are we ready? I've got my trusty, beautiful big hammer, 8 ounces. Let's see if that does the trick. Are we ready? Here we go. Woo, doggy! Look at that! I got a hole right there! By golly! So if I did that again, look, I can make a face. I'm making a face, a smiling face, because I am happy! Alright, right, so this little girl, she does a good job, but I think I need something a little bit more powerful, like the Boston Red Sox. I am a slugger, so here we go. Once again. Oh, yeah, look at that. Woohoo! That is amazing. That does a very fine job, but I'm feeling I need a little something bigger, if you know what I mean. So we're gonna come out with a big old butt sledgehammer. Are we ready? Now, wait, camera woman. We need to change positions because I am not a lefty, and this is a left-handed thing. I could never do it. So I have to go over here, but I don't want my backside to my audience because that would not be cool, right? My safety goggles are on top of my head because they are multi-purpose. They're also my eyeglasses, and I do not want to break them, so I'm gonna do it just like this. Are we ready? Set, and I hit a stud, and I just did it. Woohoo! Oh yeah, baby, look at that! Woohoo! Nice work. So I have started my demolition. Thank you for tuning into Demo Diana. We are gonna have a rockin' fun day. Peace out.
War is a topic of vital importance, a subject of inquiry that cannot be ignored. It is a matter of life and death. It can be a road to safety or to ruin.
In an alternate version of our world, brought to the brink of total collapse, rival nations fight for global domination, and elite pilots in futuristic combat suits wage war on the battlefield of tomorrow. Now, 6 brave soldiers on a seemingly routine rescue mission will encounter more than they bargained for and uncover a dangerous secret that could change their world if they live long enough to see it. Mavericks Origins Volume 1.
Now on Indiegogo.
The Cyclopean Christmas Offer. Cyclopean Comic Books #1 and #2. 2021 Hero Shack Coloring Book. A Cyclopean t-shirt. A Cyclopean Perler Bee character. A Cyclopean metal card. All sent in a very tidy package. For a limited time only, order now. Quantities are limited. $60 at HeroShack.com. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hello, everybody. This is Soy Rage, and welcome to my campaign, Creepsters. While digging for buried treasure on Perdita Cove Beach, a 12-year-old Max discovers a mysterious creature named Chomper, whose friends will lead him to a world of danger, adventure, and heroism. When Chomper's siblings wreak havoc in Max's seaside town, only Max and his new friend can save his sister Emma and the town by combining forces to fight the sinister Creepsters that wash up on the beach after an alien object splashes down on the ocean offshore. Creepsters is a loving tribute to the 1980s high-concept, low-budget comedy horror, a fast-paced story filled with romance, gore, fantasy, and a touch of science fiction that is a blood-soaked adventure which ultimately proves that family and friendship can overcome any obstacle. And be sure to order today on Indiegogo. Back Creepsters, coming to a town near you.
Can somebody take the slide? Where's the? Oh, are we on? We're on. Oh, we're on. Hey, it's me. It's Marmalade. And yeah, well, it's time for my show again. I'm gonna have to hire some new people to do the show from now on. That's why we're a little late. That's why it's a little weird. But I can only pay $5 a week, so that's what I got.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look, it's a raven! No, it's a plane! Wait, this is the wrong hero. Oh well, it may be the wrong hero, but he does all that anyways. This is the Canadian Shield!
No such thing, bad student, only bad teacher. Teacher say, student do.
A 26-year-old co-daddy.
Audio Jungle.
Oh, aren't you an indignant
Those people. I'll be very loud about it. Those people.
You are gleefully grinding your hands like some sort of Machiavellian supervillain.
That's a good strategy. It'll go very well for you.
What? The people that need to get help are the people like you!
That was great shit. Great job, Vicky and DA. I didn't know what Vicky and DA were for, but now I do. That video was great.
Walk right side, safe. Walk left side, safe. Walk middle, sooner or later, get the squish, just like grape.
The comic book.
forget to breathe. Very important.
You never know how to enter a show, do you?
I'm here.
I like put you on as dead silent.
It's only 8:28. It starts at 8:30. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. The video ran short.
Well, that's why I was almost ready. I'm here.
Hey, you were there. You were there. So hello to everybody in the chat. Timothy and Lorenzo and Mike. I don't know if I've missed anybody because I have been. And Rick, hi, brother.
Rick is here.
Yeah, man. Okay, so Diana is in complete control. So I saw somewhere Mike asked if we were planning on having people on the panel tonight, honey.
Later on we will. I think we have a couple things to cover, and then we will be right. Isn't that kind of what we were doing?
You're the producer now.
You know what? That's so unfair.
For the record,
it is
so
the
everybody
eve
knows,
before Thanksgiving. My hands have been busy.
I know, and we won't be on long tonight because of that. We have to prep for Thanksgiving tomorrow. However, yes, I want the world to know that the Hero Shack Twitter account is now officially in your hands, even though I am still doing publicity posts.
Speaking of that.
Yes.
So much to do.
So if you're my friend, you have my personal Twitter. I won't publicly announce it strictly because I'm trying to avoid my harsh views on the public world, trying to save them from my insanity. So like we took it off the main Twitter, and I have a like my personal Twitter now that I can rant and rave about the world that we live in without affecting our comics, because truly our comics are not really political. They're comics. They're for fun.
Right.
They are entertainment.
So guys, all right. So you set me up with the Hero Shack Twitter. Remember?
Yes, I just got you on it today. I taught her how to flip her accounts because she still has Princess Diana, of course.
But I forgot how to do it. I was just looking. I was looking on my computer, and I was looking on my phone, and so I am still
So to answer Timothy while she distracts us looking at her phone, she actually shot a new episode of Demo Diana that is in production. She's going to teach the world how to paint
our
a bedroom.
I painted.
Yeah, so we're going to get to see the Demo Diana version of that.
It's not very exciting though. It was
there's some funny stuff I can tell you already. I saw her pulling that I'm like, oh yeah, this is going in the video for sure.
Stop.
I enjoy watching you work, honey. It's funny.
Did everybody pick that up?
Pick what
That
up?
he enjoys watching me work, not helping
Yes,
me
I
work.
do. I do. Just like
Yes,
you
I
enjoy
am a
watching me
princess.
work.
Of course, I'm a princess.
She's actually a queen. She just won't admit it.
Yeah, I don't want the queen hat. That's
You're
too
my
much work.
queen. You're my babe. Don't get fresh live now.
I will try to contain myself.
Hey, Rick. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the show. So, first of all, if you've seen the promos for the Christmas pack and merchandise, that's just my attempt to boost our store. Pay no attention if you have no money. But if you're loaded and looking for a place to get interesting gifts that nobody expects, HeroShack.com is the place. That's a fair assessment, right, honey?
Yes, that is a fair assessment.
Thanks for the backup, babe.
Sorry, I was looking at something.
You want to see
What
it?
else is new?
Have you even seen the one I posted tonight?
Of what?
All right, so it's about a minute long. Hang on, I'll turn down the volume so
Sorry,
we can
guys.
talk during it because it's mostly it's just music and a slideshow.
Oh boy.
Oh, I like skipped a whole bunch of it already.
That's... Oh, our Christmas one. Look at how cute he looks, you guys. I love the Santa hat. Look at how cute.
That was totally inspired by her.
Yeah, this is all me. Yes.
So that's actually a 41-page issue, but I like it saying 40, and it matches issue 2, which has 40. The 63 pages are one-sided, so that you can color and marker.
It's a very cool thing.
And I did forget to add the metal card in this promo video. I realize that now, but that's okay because there's a whole bunch of stuff listed. And if they go to the website, they'll see that.
Yeah.
And we do have the personalized Christmas card, all for $60.
Yep.
Ships free in the U.S. continental U.S. But you got to order by 12/12, or else we can't guarantee anything about getting there before Christmas.
Right.
So we're excited about that, and we have the Great Cyclopean fundraiser or Kickstarter going as well, which is link is in the description.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we're at 13% funded, which is pretty cool to me. I mean, we haven't done much promoting yet.
Nah.
And I am excited, but I got to tell you, with the holidays and stuff, it's a weird time to do stuff. We'll get on the wagon here, and I'm sure we'll get there. I just, wow, it's been busy, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, you've been working on 3, Cluster Fudge 3, a lot.
Yes, which is going very well. Thank you.
Yep.
So I have to tell you, I felt like I was plateauing a little bit with Cyclopean 3, and part of that was because of the not COVID illness that I contracted that put me down for 10 days. I actually went back and read through. Yeah, they told me it wasn't COVID, even though it felt just like it.
Right.
But I had to go back and redraw several pages because I was not satisfied with what I had put out while I was ill. So I am very excited about Cyclopean 3, but really, Cluster Fudge is hitting some new levels of art. I'm just very excited, as always. But it's going to be really weird when we finally get this whole thing put together and put in a trade paperback, because you'll see the literal growth, because the story will be a continuous book then, you know.
Are you talking about Cyclopean, right?
No, well, both of them really, but no, I'm talking about Cluster Fudge.
That'll be crazy.
It's
Imagine sitting down and reading all 3 books at once.
Yeah, I can imagine that. So we have stuff happening in the chat too, and I don't even think you're paying attention. I don't like this. Diana, did you get my message about shipping outside? Yes. Mm-hmm. Talk about that for a second, honey. What's up with the shipping in Kickstarter?
Well, the shipping number one, shipping outside of the continental United States is really, really expensive. It's $25 and up. That's not even saying like we don't make anything on that. So I didn't know if I opened shipping up, if we'd actually get sales, because I mean, if I opened up outside the US, if we would get any sales, because it's so expensive.
Well, we could do the option of going to the website, and then we can actually deal with people one-on-one to get them the best price.
This is true.
But Kickstarter is complicated, I think, because you're lined in and pegged on the postage once you set it.
Right.
But yeah, I saw the message, but I really am trying to stay out of the business side. I've got to do more videos. The videos I've done lately haven't been all that fantastic. I really need to sit down and do some production. But at the same time, my heart is in the comics. So I admit I have been drawing heavily in writing. Writing has been awesome, by the way. I could go on for about, I don't know, 2 hours about the storyline and how it's developed in the script, and you guys wouldn't believe it. I can say this about crossovers, guys. You're probably not going to want Cluster to be in your crossover, at least not as a hero.
Yeah, that's not good.
He's definitely going to be a villain. And it's not going to be, I'm going to say this in a kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, an elusive way.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be kind of vague, but when you know what's going on, you'll know what's going on. Cluster will be the same guy, but he won't be the same guy. Cluster is going to die and go to his eternal fate, be it heaven or hell. But yeah, he's going to endure on this planet in a special sort of way.
Because he's just a special guy.
Well, there's more to him than meets the eye. Transformers. No, it's not the Transformers.
What?
Well, that used to be, well, it probably still is the Transformers byline, their big tagline. They would say, Transformers, more than meets the eye.
So I am going to go ahead and open it up outside the United States. But it's, like I said, the shipping is going to be expensive because that's what it costs me to ship anything to outside the United States. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because I said put Cross Comics. I meant Rick from Cross Comics. So guys, I am, ouch, I'm falling apart is what I am doing.
Timothy, I'm not allowed to joke about that on this public show or this family show. We can joke about that on Tism Schism, but not on Hero Shack. You're going to get me in so much trouble. Anyways, look at our page, honey. We're at $64.
Yeah.
Which is about 1/5 of the way. It's a little shy of 1/5, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Now that book in particular won't be out until January. So
right.
One of the cool things is if someone picks up on issue 1 and 2 over at Hero Shack, they'll get those before Christmas. And then if they also get Hero or Cyclopean 3, that could come in the mail like in January. So it's a follow-up gift to the main gift. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Now, in the Christmas package, do we include? No, we don't include Cyclopean 3, do we?
No.
It's just the first 2.
They'd have to back Cyclopean 3, but they would get the package before Christmas, and then they'd be getting the 3rd issue sometime in the month of January.
Right. Okay.
So it'd be like a cool follow-up. I would be interested in selling subscriptions, but I haven't really approached you with that because we've been so busy.
Right.
But
well, I think
we're going to have the 24-page limit, so we're going to know our costs are pretty solid.
Okay.
So we could devise a discounted method to guarantee, like someone if they if they do a subscription off the website,
right?
Guarantee them delivery of a issue every 2 months, which would be my goal this year.
And I think that's a very noble thing, but I think that's something you and I need to talk about. What I do,
no, we need to do it publicly where everybody can see it. I'm teasing. Go on.
Are you done?
A little bit, yes, I'm done.
Okay. I am, no, it's not a taco. Guys, I'm eating dinner. It's a seafood salad.
Yeah, and she's not showing us again. I told you, Diana.
I did. Really they saw me take a bite, and then I realized I had the
yeah, but then you went and hit it.
Yes.
Yeah, she says, yeah.
You can call it like a seafood taco, I suppose.
So let's look at Comic Friends on Hero Shack. Can you see that?
Yes, I can see that.
So this is what I've got so far. I need to get everybody in it, but we got Comic Related Madness.
Yeah.
That's Pop's Van Zant.
Do you have
And a
it?
link
Yeah.
to the Facebook group where he prefers everybody to go anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Critical Blast with RJ and Marmalade, and a link to criticalblast.com.
Yeah.
Cross Comics, of course, with Richard
Uh-huh.
Piper. Then we have the Mike Stand, Mike Walters, and a link to his YouTube page.
Mm-hmm.
The Slee Stacking Show, of course, with a link to his page.
Mm-hmm.
And then Sour Grapes. Now, I want you to notice I don't have anything here for Melvin yet. Where the heck am I supposed to point them for Melvin?
Timothy,
While
that means you.
While we're here. Yeah, that would be Timothy's. Yeah, she's got food. She's food ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
You're ashamed of your food.
No, just didn't think people want to see me chow like my salad and my thing. And
Oh yeah, half of our viewers come just to see what you're eating now.
That's not true, but I
While
am
we're
having.
here, I'll show you some stuff. So we got the free comics, which of course is my favorite place on the site, even though Diana despises it.
I do
You
not
do, don't you?
despise it. No, I
You
don't.
do. You hate when I give free stuff away. I think you do. Then we have merchandise. We finally got the bling shirt up. We got Cyclopean 1 and 2. So we carry all our old books up here, and they are cheaper than you would find them on Amazon typically, because they are available there, but they're more expensive. You know what's not up here yet, even though we're selling it in the Christmas pack?
What?
The Standing Cyclopean.
What?
Or is it? Let me see. There's 2 pages here. Maybe that's why. Yep, there it is. I wonder why it's on the second. I didn't know it had 2 pages. I'm going to have to make those a little smaller. The thumbnails.
They look good.
Yeah, but they're too big. There's not enough room to fit them all on one page.
Huh.
Unless you go like Great Cyclopean, that should show it. Yeah, it does. Pretty cool, huh? It's getting there.
I like it.
Yeah. The home page is kind of weird. I haven't gotten used to it.
Oh, with the pop-up thing?
Well, the pop-up thing is one thing, but it's just kind of weird how it all comes together. It's not like a website that I'm used to, so I'm just getting used to it, you know? But yeah, that's the website. I've checked it out now.
You did a good job. I love
Yeah,
it.
you know what though? There's no link to the GoFundMe or to the Kickstarter. I need to add that.
Huh.
I will do that this evening because we should have that up there as well.
Yeah.
Why
Where's
aren't
the
you
Christmas
talking? Are you
special?
like chewing?
No, I stopped talking because you were explaining stuff, honey.
Oh, I want to
Wasn't
hear
gonna-
more from you. I'm boring.
Well, I was trying to talk, and then you sort of took over with your stuff. I wanted to talk about the new format for next week. Whenever I have your attention.
You have my attention.
No, you're reading.
I'm not reading.
You were reading. Guys, wasn't he reading? Everybody's saying, yep.
How could you tell if I'm reading? You can't see what I'm looking at. Maybe I was looking at Gracie.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I
Funny.
wasn't. I don't even know where she went.
Okay. So that is the link that you want us to use. All right. I have his information. I have Timothy's information, Chris. I will share it with you.
Yay!
You can
Okay,
add
I'll
his
add that tonight. Yep.
So starting in December, which is next Wednesday, we are doing a different format for our show. We're going to have, Chris and I are going to do several different things, and then we're going to have the panel come on later, I think. Right, Chris? We don't have it. We have it fleshed out, but we didn't. Anyways, there's a new format coming for our show next week.
You are the producer, my love.
I know. But what happened was I wasn't really prepared to talk about it. And then you told me to talk about it. And then you started talking. So I didn't get a chance to talk about it. Does that make sense?
Go. Keep going. You're good.
I'm not good, but I'm just saying that.
I like it. I like what you're saying.
So we're going to do different segments, right? We're going to have like segment 1. I don't even know if that's what we're going to call it. And that will be our update of all the stuff that's going on in Hero Shack Press. We are going to go into a segment 2 where we're going to be sharing some fun facts about comic books. Right, Chris? Am I on track? Yes? Okay, he gave me a thumbs up. So we came up with this idea for segment 3, and I don't know if we're going to start it next week because it takes a little bit more prep. But we want to start a challenge for elevator pitches. Like we want to have people send us video, like 20-second clip using an elevator pitch for their whatever it is, their comic book or whatever.
Oh, yeah, you want to do the elevator pitch challenge. You want to put 2 elevator pitches against each other.
Yes, and I thought it would be kind of fun. We could get people to submit. Hopefully we can get people to submit, and they would be like, I don't know, Timothy could do one for his book, and Rick could do one for his book, and then we'll put them together and hope people vote on them. So we're still fleshing that out.
Well,
so
instead of voting on it immediately, we should let them stand for a week, like premiere them here, the elevator
right.
pitch.
Well, that's kind of what we were thinking. Like we'd run it in the pre-show
off the website and then the Twitter
and
and
we'd
on
set
the
up
Facebook
sort of a survey on our website that people could, I don't know, we've got to work it out, but it's an idea. I think that
obviously we're trying to grow our website.
Yes, Rick, I am looking down. I am reading. You're right. I pulled it up on my phone because I couldn't remember it. I couldn't remember all the details. Chris wants me to do, he wants to have, so weird, like a segment where you see the latest and greatest Demo Diana video. Well, 20 seconds. I think that's kind of weird.
No, they run about a minute long when we do it right.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we're going to do that. And then the next segment is we're going to see not every show, but we can get a guest to come on for a 15-minute spot to do their stuff. And then last but not least, we're going to do open mic where we'll open up the StreamYard and everybody will come in and we'll just talk and have a grand old time. Yes.
Now, I want to be forward and honest with everybody. We're definitely trying to grow the channel and make a bigger audience so that we can get more reach into other markets with our comics. Just in case anybody's wondering. So, like, you'll see us kind of rip off, like, the live call-ins at the end of the show is definitely, in my opinion, a rip-off of Well Read and Pause, both of those shows. The idea of bringing guests is really no different than what Critical Blast or Pops does, except we hope to do it with our own little personal style in a very short format, so that the creator can comfortably come in and just, kind of give their own quick pitch and share some artwork, maybe give some details, and ping on to the next stream, wherever that may be.
Right.
And that way we can start to build a catalog of not networks like, some sort of formal contracted thing, but we can kind of start networking with other people, share their stuff, get our stuff shared.
Yeah.
And really the goal this year, we have to expand the market because I'm kind of a crazy comic book creator and I don't know if I'm in the right circle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that I need to find the audience instead of waiting for the audience to find me. Does that make any sense?
No, but you're talking and that's okay.
Well, of course it makes sense, honey. We have to market to find customers.
The whole purpose of trying to do the show or revamp the show, revamp the stream is so that we can grow our viewership, which would hopefully grow the readership. And we felt that if we offered things that might be of more interest to more people, that would happen. And so that when we started kind of brainstorming the other day about what we should add to the show, we definitely want to have the open mic stuff. Why are you shaking your head? What is going on?
Because you just repeated everything I said with new words.
Well, yes, with words that people understand.
Honey, most of us are not neurotypical like you.
I don't want to hear it. So, Chris,
Even
tell
if
me
they're
about
not
your
autistic.
background. Tell me about your background. I want to talk to you about that character.
Who?
Your background. The lady and the guy.
Oh,
Who
that's
are they?
Georgian. That's Georgian Gradia, the Silver Scribe in Gradia. In their journey to Earth, she showed him that he's not truly non-sexual. And the reason I have that particular panel up is I'm really proud of the anatomy under the arm, which might sound sick to some people, but I'm really proud of that armpit. I can show you the rest of it because she's nude, but she doesn't show anything. They're getting up out of bed. She's giving him a little nudge on the shoulder there, gives him a little kiss on the cheek. He's got the little boyish grin. And then the alarm goes off. You can't see that because the lettering's not on this in this level here, but yeah, she gets a little freaked out. He gets a little freaked out. And that's because there's a bad moon on the rise. Something's coming down the road and they've got to hide.
So that's funny, Rick. It's just the pits. He has been working really hard on this, and there's some really crazy stuff that I haven't sat down to give it a full read in a while.
She hasn't. No, you haven't read it at all yet.
I may have to rein some of the storyline in just a tad bit.
It's too late now. It's ingrained in glass.
It's ingrained in glass. So the Silver Scribe is kind of like that robot guy. How come he's having like relations?
I tried to explain this to you. He is liquid metal. She merely needed to show him how to form the shapes that were beneficial for them to be in a romantic situation.
That's really bizarre. Just saying.
Not really. Not in the sci-fi world. It's bizarre because you're a normie.
Must you sling those words at me right now?
Yes, I shall, you neurotypical normie.
You know, you can share the link if you want.
Which one?
To come into the stream if people want to chit chat.
You could. You know how to do that. Why are you putting that on me?
I don't know how to do it. I don't know where to find it.
Okay, so let's teach you. Let's teach you. See where it says invite? Down below next to the... Okay, so click invite.
Okay.
And see how it has a link, but it says copy?
Copy.
To clipboard?
Yeah.
Click the copy to clipboard. Have you done that?
And then you paste it in the stream.
Yeah, see where it says all
so
and all that?
Quick.
Yes. There you go. You did it.
I did it. Yay, go me. All right, guys, there's the StreamYard link if you want to pop in. We can talk.
Listen to the MC there. You are getting it.
And because I want to have a couple more bites of my salad. Here comes Rick.
Okay, so... Oh, you did that? I didn't even have to... You are learning.
Hello.
What's up, Rick? I thought I was going to have to coach her, but she figured that out quick.
Yeah. So I see.
I've done that before.
I see, said the blind man to somebody. So that bottom panel was saying that look on his face is because she stabbed him in the back.
Yeah.
It's from pain. Oh!
So see that cityscape right there?
Uh-huh.
I'm very, very proud of it for many reasons, but it was really fun this morning. I woke up at 2 a.m. and I couldn't go back to sleep.
So early. Oh my gosh, Chris.
Well, to be honest with you, the vanishing points are one thing. Where they all meet, somewhere around, somewhere around here, the actual vanishing points met. I had this all drawn out, and I was going for the whole page, and I had to stop myself. Because I've done that before. Remember the first page of Cyclopean 1 was a full cityscape, like I just drew for 3 days. It was going into that mode, and I was so proud to be able to pull away from it.
Just say, stop. No, I can't do it.
I'm not doing a 3-day splash of another cityscape. That's
calm
really
down, Timothy.
Where's Timothy?
He's in the chat. He said, calm down, Rick. I told him to calm down.
Oh.
Hey, look at those flats. There are colors happening there.
There you go.
Let me see if I can show you any of my colors. I did get a bit further in the battle. Oh, I made the...
that looks good, Rick.
Yeah, I'm probably going to change the really dark brown. It's supposed to be a log cabin. I think that's a little too dark. I'm going to have to get some reference, but it's good for now. Mm-hmm. It's a nice placeholder. I'm working on tightening all the colors in I'll be
Right.
do more of that on Friday on this page.
Man, honey, you're stiff.
What?
You're stiff. You barely move when you talk.
Oh, that's because I was taking a bite of my sandwich and then I forget to turn the
See, you deny us that. You deny us the joy of
Yes,
watching
I
you.
do. I don't want to be viewed eating my dinner. It's weird. People don't want to see that kind of crap.
Well, some do, some don't. I don't care.
One way or the other.
So I now have Tiny on me.
I know she's been so needy tonight, guys.
Oh, she's
So
needy every night.
It's
She
awful.
yells at me when I get home. She wants me to come see her immediately.
Well, you've left her all day for like 10 hours. Well, okay, only 2.
Well, no,
I
usually
was gone for a while.
she's actually been alone usually for 3 to 4 hours at a time.
Mhm.
Because I get a lunch and I come home for lunch. While we're here, I just want to show you guys the Creepster is gone, and now he is a satire of The Critter, which is another franchise from the 90s, 80s, 90s. And I had to make him a little different, so I kind of combined the two and just turned it into this like weird-looking monster. But he still plays the role of stealing the good bookmark's hand and runs off with it. But there's an important reason for that later on. You'll see.
Yes, you've
can't
told
give that
us.
away 'cause- well, there's a little that's a little plot twist right there where he takes off with the hand. Did I already tell you?
No.
Yeah, I think so.
I might have told him last week.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, you did.
I might have.
I think you've told us all a few times.
Yeah, I might have.
I'm not sure whether you want me repeating it or not. So I won't say
No.
it.
It's okay because I might not have. So you never know what I've slipped out live. So if there's anybody out there really desperate to get the info, you could probably watch all those live streams again. But how boring would that be?
Well, like I said, he chopped off the bookmark's hand, and that's going to form another bookmark, is what you said.
Oh, then I did tell you guys. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Mhm.
But I'm excited about that. That's really going to be a cool thing. Fortunately, we don't have a lot of viewers yet. Honey, look at that.
What?
I saw you chew. That was so cool.
Chewing.
Teasing.
Choo-choo!
She's too self-conscious. I shouldn't do that.
So let me ask, how you all celebrating Thanksgiving? Do people actually celebrate that?
Well, sometimes, but mine was last month.
Right, that's right. You had, yes, Christopher.
I'm going to be with my wife and family in my kitchen.
Nice, Chris. I'm glad
I
to
just
hear
want
that.
to share that with everybody.
I'm so glad that you shared that. I was just wondering. Just trying to
Timothy
pick up.
says a Kreitster.
Krister?
Kreitster.
A critter.
Critters. I think he's trying to spell critters.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well,
Or
I think
Krister.
he's putting. I think he was sort of doing Chris without the H with an ER.
So, did you guys see the Mr. Yanafui's Creepster video?
No.
How about you, Diana?
No.
All right, you know what I want to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's only like 30 seconds long, I think. This is a satire of an 80s commercial, so I'm going to share it real quick. I did it again. Here we go.
It's Creepster, a monster that you can avoid. Come down the stairs and eat your brains, and probably you have destroyed your knee, your teeth, all they can eat. Everyone is Creepster, is Creepster, a monster that you can avoid. We'll eat all the girls and the boys, we'll eat all the girls and the boys.
Buy Creepsters and help us make it the #1 comic in Australia and the world.
What do you think?
Interesting.
I'm a Yanafui fan. I can't help it. I love his accent. I don't know
But
if it's
it's not-
legit or not.
It's almost no different than what I did for my little promo for the Canadian Shield. It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's sorry, wrong character.
Yeah. Well, the thing with Yanafui is he says he's not Mexican, but he sounds Spanish. But that could just be some guy with a good Spanish accent, you know. I don't know. I don't have a good Spanish accent, but many people do.
So,
Mr. Yamafui, I thought he was Japanese or something like that.
He doesn't sound it though. If he is, I don't know.
Well, he sounds it to me.
Well, he could be a very good voice person.
He could be. He could be Cider. Cider is one good voice person.
That's true.
But that would be a really good work. Timothy.
Hey.
Timothy.
Welcome aboard.
To clarify, I was trying to combine critters with creepsters.
I saw that.
Well,
that's kind of what I did, right? Yeah, I kind of put in the critters thing, but it's obviously the original artwork with just some modifications. And maybe I'll change that too. I don't know. But right now I like it. It could be a placeholder. I've got plenty of time before that's released.
You could just make it solid black and give it like white eyes.
Yeah, that would really be kind of weird, wouldn't it? I could though. But I like the pink little monster.
Hey, I thought it was purple.
It's yeah, it could be called light purple too. I mean, it's in that spectrum. It's more of a pastel-y color.
We have to show the difference between a creepster and a not creepster.
Well, he's got that big gray mask on his face. That's what it reminds me of. The critter character. It looks like they just kind of took like some other stuffed animal and stuck like a monkey mask on it and made it look evil. Like, to me, it was ridiculous. I'm like, all right, let's play with this a little bit. And then I was like, these are all like the same characters, all based on Gremlins. And what was it? Was it the Goonies or the Ghoul? What was
Ghoulies? And then
maybe.
Then the worst one was Trolls 2.
Yes.
Well, it sort of reminds me of a Star Trek fluffy little
the
thing.
dribble things there.
Turbo with a mouth and arms and legs.
yeah. I mean, and for a while that was just such a huge.
Remember how bad the acting in Trolls 2 was?
Well, I always thought the acting in these was bad, but Trolls 2 was exceptionally bad.
Oh no, they're eating her. Then they're gonna eat me. No.
You got to wonder who puts a pass on that stuff. Like, someone in the editing room must have known that was that bad. You know, like, did you not call the director and say, "Hey, did you really want me to use this in the movie? Because this is bad."
It was probably all cookie cutter. It's like, okay, let's just package these pieces of garbage and get them out fast.
And those guys are the ones who became the Lifetime and Hallmark Channel directors. They're all horrible.
Well, that's how Ed Wood would make movies. He wouldn't reshoot anything, and he'd just go, okay, perfect. On to the next scene.
So you guys going for any Black Friday stuff on Friday?
Please, Rick. It's African American Friday. Don't be racist.
Well, to be honest, I never think about that kind of stuff. I just kind of collect gifts as Diana buys them in the Amazon cart.
Yeah,
so,
pretty much.
Honey, am I buying anything on Black Friday?
I don't know. We haven't really talked about it.
I just, because of the sales, there's a few things I'd like to buy, but no money.
Yeah, I know, right?
No, with us, it's really kind of funny because we both say we don't. Well, no, I never say I don't want anything, but I tell her not to worry about it. She tells me not to worry about it, and then we are always worrying about it the last 2 weeks. It never fails.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Although I have to be careful because I keep wanting to do things like I really want to get her a Roomba. Every year I want to get her one, and she keeps telling me no because it's just like a robotic vacuum cleaner.
No.
She's like, that's not a Christmas gift. No.
Nope. I don't want.
And I tried to get away with a speaker bar, and you denied that.
No. So, as far as Black Friday goes, I may look for a TV where our TV needs to be upgraded, but I don't really know if I want to do that or not.
Oh, that's so boring and so American.
I know, it really is kind of boring.
Well, we here in Canada, we have it great because of you guys. We now got Black Friday, and then just under a month later, we got what we call Boxing Day here, which is basically like Black Friday.
Right.
Oh, is that the holiday where you get to go around punching random people?
There you go.
Yeah, not
Boxing Day.
Didn't that start when you guys used to put like the spoiled kids in boxes and leave them outside for the winter night?
What?
No.
There was a Canadian. I heard there was a Canadian tradition. Like if kids were bad, you put them in a box and you put them outside for the night, and if they survived, they could come back in the morning. But if
I've never heard of that one.
I think he's fooling you, like you guys.
Yeah, I might be making it up. I don't remember.
No, boxing. Well, it used to be where you return. As far as I remember, you returned, things, gifts or whatever, because maybe something doesn't fit or whatever. You do your exchanges and all that. But now it's like Black Friday. Everything's on sale.
Oh my gosh.
For about the same prices, maybe even sometimes lower.
I know. It's
I
crazy.
don't know.
'cause
I haven't really picked a gift, but I want to get an all-in-one emulator. Diana's given me the go-ahead to kind of look for one. The problem is I want to get the best and the latest one, and I don't really know what I'm looking at half the time. They're all into mobile processing, and they're using Android systems and Pi systems, and I'm like, I just want to know which one's out of the box the easiest, best to use. I'd like it to be with a screen, a portable that has an HDMI out that I can plug into my TV, but it doesn't have to be. It could be a home unit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting a picture of what I want, but I haven't been able to dedicate the time to really watching all the reviews.
Well, maybe you
And
can
I'm
this
terrified
weekend.
of China.
Maybe type in something like console emulators.
Well, yeah, no, I'm doing that, but there's so many. Like, I tried to buy, what was it, honey? I tried to buy 5 of them out of China just about a month and a half ago, and they all got sent back.
Yeah.
I'm a little leery. I'm like, oh, man. But Amazon sells
you know what? Yeah, for something like that in China, you should probably just give me your address and send it here. I'm sure we'd accept China, unlike you guys.
Well, I'm sure it was something political, and I don't mean that in a political sense. Like, I'm not trying to be political,
Right.
but I know that the coasts, and what do they call that? The shipping lines, the ports have been under heavier security. For instance, I know for a fact that like we were going to upgrade cameras in one of the buildings, and we've had to reevaluate the plan because the federal government just like outlawed a dozen brands of cameras that came from China because they believe that there may be backdoors in them for, spying and conspiracy stuff. And it upped the price dramatically because once you take out the Chinese cameras, all you have left are the, Japanese and American, the approved cameras. So they cost more now. It's like, so we can't afford to put in as many cameras as we were going to in an older building, which is just a bummer. It's just like, wow, that's crazy.
I am surprised with that, with the Biden government. But anyways, Sketchbook is asking, did you see the news about Indiegogo?
What about Indiegogo?
No, what about it?
So apparently they're going to require each campaign to be manually reviewed before it's put up. And this could dramatically injure comic book creators that A, have a bad reputation, or B, are putting out questionable books, particularly with their advertising. Like, I think they're still going to allow adult topics and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if you're, like, for instance, this could be terribly abused if you have a book that expresses right-wing theology or ideology, or if you have a, I'm sure they'll get really
seems like
political.
they're doing what Kickstarter did, and Kickstarter's they do. Kickstarter did that whole review thing before, and now it doesn't seem like they're doing it as much.
Well, the thing about it is,
you don't have to put up every page, though.
No, but I think the thing about it really is going to be how they enforce it. Like, I think it's something that is really bad because it's going to be very much like somebody's opinion. So, if a group, hey,
Oh, and he says they're
Control.
going to combine with GoFundMe.
I missed a few seconds of what you're saying because I muted the sound on YouTube and then I was trying to log in. But so what is it that because Nerdette Newsstand was under the impression, Tristan from Nerdette Newsstand was under the impression that this was just like the part of this would be to help prevent like late campaigns and stuff. I mean, like people not updating on their late campaigns or having multiple late campaigns.
It may very well be, but there was something in there about a manual review for each and every campaign before it gets online.
Oh, okay, I see.
So if they do that, it can be wide open to, so they just take a peek at your page and go, yep, there's no boobies and there's no penises, let it through. Or they could be going, oh, look, that's John Doe, who last week said Trump was the king and Biden was shit. And I like Biden, so they're not getting on. It could go that bad.
I know that Mike Miller had that thing where he had that book on Kickstarter, and it was like his white Texan guy fighting off these like mestizo, mixed race, like Latin American drug lord guys, and I think they were like, "Oh, this looks racist," which I don't think that's what it was in Mike's heart,
No,
No,
I mean, people can accuse Mike of a lot of things, but I don't think he hates Latinos or anything. It was just they happen to be. There just happens to be a topic, that when.
Well, I think what happens, they don't like Mike is obviously not an outward racist, right? Everybody who knows him knows that he's not.
I don't think he is.
Well, he doesn't drop the N-bomb. He doesn't sit there and go, minority people are bad because you're minority. There's none of that.
I think that would be against his religion, actually.
Well, what happens is people who are looking for racism will say, well, of course he put Mexican gangs in there. I mean, he's obviously a racist. Why doesn't he have lesbians and blacks and whites and Asians all in the gang?
Yeah, because if he put the Italian mafia in there, that might be politically incorrect, though.
Question.
I guess it's more acceptable.
Hang on. So, I mean, what I'm trying to say, though, is they'll nitpick it to death. So let's say he says, okay, I'll concede and I'll put an Asian and a black guy in the gang. Then it's, well, why didn't you put a woman in the gang? Well, because a woman went, well, you still should put a woman, but I don't want a woman. You need to, you know what I mean? And then by the time they're done, you get another Captain Planet team running around claiming that they're a Mexican gang, but they're not anymore because they can't say Mexican. So they're just, they're a drug running gang, and they have one of every culture and every gender in their myth.
Which in reality, there are reasons why, like,
I had some.
I mean, there are like actual reasons why the gangs are going through Mexico. It has to do with the Coast Guard stopping gangs from stopping the drugs from coming in through the boats, and so a bunch of it's actually sometimes I think it's gangs coming, people coming up through Mexico from other countries even. So, but anyway, they don't really care about that.
Kind of left Tim in the dust there.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Tim, what was up, bro?
What is to stop anybody from just you can still mix them. You can still use. Why not just sell directly and have people sending money via PayPal, and then you send all the stuff.
That's what we're kind of leaning to do with Hero Shack. That's why you're going to see us advertising that more and more. The thing about it is, I think it would work better if we ran a campaign directly from Hero Shack.
Yeah.
That's what I want to try. Say, okay, we're releasing Cyclopean 3. We're trying to get $500 in sales this first 2 weeks. Can we make it? And put a counter there that actually counts it just like Kickstarter and Indiegogo.
Otherwise, there's no real incentive for people to back it right away. And it might be, I really want to buy Doug Ernst's book, but there's so many campaigns that's like the campaigns going on and the book's just there on the website. So I haven't bought it yet.
We could set that up on the website like that. I believe we could advertise first, backer.
Yeah.
We could also do different incentives maybe.
Kickstarter might be a good way to get Kickstarter in particular. For if you since you don't use the CG, tag,
Mm-hmm.
There is the potential advantage of attracting new people, but if you guys aren't really attracting new backers that way,
Right.
you might want to, if it's the same backers each time, pretty much, then maybe the website is a good idea. Maybe
Right.
maybe with some sort of limit to the campaign. Though I thought you also sell stuff on Amazon after the
This
campaign's
year, we've
over.
got to focus a little more on what we do because going between Cluster Fudge and Cyclopean
Yeah.
has been a marketing nightmare. But
Oh yeah,
Cluster Fudge is almost done. Cyclopean is going on a 24-page cycle, which means I should be able to maintain a rapid clip. And I don't know how sustainable that is by bouncing it through crowdfunding. But on the other hand, I do love the competitive edge. I love the deadlines. I love watching the clock and going, will we make it? So maybe there's a way to incentivize it on the site. Like maybe we have okay, so we announced that let's say we launch Cyclopean 4, right? But it's a Hero Shack exclusive.
Yeah.
Where we set a goal at 500 and we say, and if we hit that goal of 500, everybody who buys the book this month will get a free, card pack or whatever.
Yeah, just have some sort of incentives, and then then maybe even if you sell it on Amazon or website or whatever after
that's
that,
the other thing, though. We
you'll
can buy
still
them.
at least have an incentive for people to buy it early.
All we have to do is mark, and we've done this already. The Amazon books are priced higher than they are on Hero Shack because we can buy them for less from Amazon directly than the customers can.
Oh, okay.
So we can actually buy them for less and then sell them for a little less than Amazon and have another reason for people to come to us before they go to
Interesting.
Amazon.
Well, I mean, actually, the opposite of what I would think would be the case, but
that'd probably be good for the States. Unfortunately, for other things, if it's on Amazon, they print it up, and I can get it off Amazon cheaper for shipping here in Canada.
That is probably going to be true so long as you, and I think you actually do, live in a region that will print the size. So one of the things about Amazon is to print comic book size, you have to put in a custom size, not their standard sizes. And then that limits some of the countries. I don't think Canada is one of them, but I know in South America, in some places in Europe, they won't print the standard U.S. comic size. So it gets excluded from those outlets, but it's involved I believe the UK does it. I'm 90% sure Canada does. I know.
I would imagine Canada is
close enough.
Canada even has I don't know if it's published, originally, but Marvel's got had, at least they did have Alpha Flight and Canadian-based superheroes.
Hold on.
Yeah, they were. Actually, at one time, a bunch of comic books were printed in Canada. You would see it in the thing, the Indicia for DC and Marvel.
Were those Archie books that you? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Like DC and Marvel. They in the Indicia it said printed in Canada. I guess it was cheaper for them to print there and then get shipped to wherever.
What about those Christian versions of Archie? Do you know where they printed in the U.S. or Canada? I thought that was really interesting when you.
I'm not sure offhand. I could probably find out.
That'd be interesting to find out more about those because that apparently. So was this when you were a kid that they were publishing these?
I think I think they were actually printed. Well, probably in the 70s, I think most of them were all printed. I didn't know about them in the 70s, the Christian Archies. There's 10 or 12 Christian Archie books.
Now, are they by Archie, or is this somebody got licensed the rights?
Al Hartley got the right somehow. I forget exactly how. I've heard this story.
Okay,
or Spear Comics.
Well, that's interesting. Sorry to go off topic.
Hold on. My point is about the whole, PayPal thing. Is you could run a campaign as long as you wanted, and you wouldn't have to worry about running short of your goal because you could keep it going as long as you want.
Right. That's what
Yeah.
we did with Cluster Fudge. I mean, Cluster Fudge, we did make the 500, but Cluster Fudge 2, but it was, we didn't have to worry about that if we didn't make it. The one thing that I want to just add to the conversation is that trying to focus or drive traffic to the website for Chris and I, because that's our storefront.
Yeah.
And I think that, doing the Kickstarters and the Indiegogos they're a great way to sort of get your books out there, but it's not a sustainable way to run a business. So
yeah, exactly.
My thing is I'm trying to come up with ideas where to make it like a better deal to come to our website and buy the books directly from us as opposed to running another Kickstarter. The problem is I don't know if we have enough leadership.
See, the thing is, and this is what I'm doing. I'll be doing my campaigns till I'm, shall we say, fairly successful. I guess that's going to be different for everybody. But even then, I sort of, I grab, I print extra of whatever I need on my campaign. Then I can sell them off my thing for a little cheaper than say the campaign, and just add on a little bit whatever for shipping.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I know Tim and Mark. It's not their company apparently. I thought maybe it was, but they've got this Iconic Comics that well, they'll do a fundraiser, and then I think later on the book might be available like on a website or something from Iconic. I know Doug Ernst is like exclusively on Doug's website nowadays. He's not even he skipped the crowdfunding thing, but he was like one of the OG CG guys, and I don't know if he uses a label anymore, but he's been around since probably 2017 or 2018 in this.
And then Critical Blast was seen.
Maybe longer.
Critical Blast was seen one of the last times that he was on here. Is that him and some buddies? They're sort of developing a distribution network. I
got a
thing where you could, get them to do all the things, and if you could find a printer in Australia, print them, ship them to them, and then they would. Put them out. That would cut down your cost for shipping in those countries. Because
he's either got a publishing company or he's fulfilling books for other creators. It does. I ended up getting one of his. I have at least one book that is a Critical Blast on the out, and I was surprised because I didn't even know he was affiliated with any of the books he promotes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing it was one of the books I got from his show. I'm not certain, but there's some other creators who are doing this as well. I'm just surprised that this hasn't been the thing from the get-go with CG and CG adjacency or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. These labels confuse me, but I'm surprised that more indie guys aren't, creators aren't doing this,
Yeah,
what are you doing here?
I was reading Sketchbook. A lot of people don't know anything about.
Hang on.
Sketchbook.
I want to get this off my screen.
Oh, what?
So I pulled this up just to say I remember this guy.
Yeah,
actually had a few of the
cool.
issues of Captain Canuck.
Yeah. I've got a few issues.
Looking at him, so I just moved him.
I like that. I like this.
But you want to know something, Chris? There's a community college around here, and he taught a course for drawing, and I took it.
Nice.
The creator of
Captain
Captain
Canuck. Artist?
So I've met him in person.
The artist? Did you pass?
Yes, I did. Well, yeah, he was the artist and creator of Captain Canuck.
That's awesome.
I just
Richard
him.
Comley, I think his name was Richard something.
I remember you saying you took a class. I didn't realize it was from him. Wow. Yeah, that's. I mean, I really like the
growing up. I had picked up a couple of his books, mostly because the look. He was similar to Guardian from Alpha Flight, but his own character all in all. And so I had a couple of those issues, and ever since I saw Canadian Shield, the red and white kind of made me think of him, and I didn't know why. But tonight, while you were talking, for some reason, Canuck came to mind. So I was like, I'm going to pull it up and say, I remember this guy. And then
That's
we
so
got to
cool.
talking so long, I had him up on the screen. I decided to make him bounce because I was like, okay, I want to get him off the screen, but I want to tell everybody why I put him on the screen.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Well, I just read the article, the 7 most popular or something like that Canadian superheroes or whatever.
Yes.
It was always a little odd. Like I'd go on these family road trips and we'd end up in Canada, like to watch a movie or something stupid like that. But it was always fun going, and visiting Canada. It was kind of like almost like a parallel universe version of America. It looks a lot like, it could be, we got all these different states that are different from one another.
Hey, so to touch real quick on what my sketchbook just said, he's right. Most of the world doesn't have a clue about CG, and a large portion has no idea about crowdfunding, and still I haven't thought about approaching it for a comic book.
Yeah,
when I
that could
first
be
got
most
involved
comic
in
book
this
creators
stuff,
in the U.S. even.
you're right. Well, when I
know
first
about
got
it.
involved in comics, I never knew anything about like buying a book that wouldn't be in my hands for some time. Like I was used to buying comics and boom, it's instant gratification. And here I was looking at books that were $25 a piece, and I might not see them for a year and a half, 2 years.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem.
I agree.
That's the problem is that you could have like 12 months in a year. You could easily try to put out as many books as possible. Instead, they put out 1 or 2 books a year, and it takes forever to get.
Yeah. I'm just going to address Sketchbook statements and the thing. I did not steal his shtick. I created the Canadian Shield before. I heard of Captain Canuck. And 2, Captain Canuck and Canadian Shield are way different.
Liar.
Yeah, can Captain Canuck launch a log into outer space?
No. As far as I remember, the original Captain Canuck did not have any superpowers.
If I'm not mistaken, the shades of red are slightly off, although both emulate the color of the Canadian flag. I believe that the red that Shield has is a little bit redder than the red of the Canuck.
I'm saying he became his good buddy, and then he took notes about his character and stole it for himself.
So, Rick, where does the red come to? The red in the Canadian flag is that like blood from like all the Americans that the Canadians killed when they burnt down the White House, and like, or is that from the British? Is that like
that was a
because it was a British symbol? I mean, red was like I know with the soldiers.
Well, first of all, the flag that Canada has now was only made up in like 1967. Before that, we had something called the Union Jack. My mom knows more about that.
Yeah.
But as for the colors, I don't know how they settled.
I know where the colors came from. So this guy named Logan, Weapon X, redefined Canada and turned it from a green leaf to a red leaf.
What?
Wolverine.
I'm sorry. Oh my
Wolverine
God.
did it. It was Wolverine. I'm telling you.
Wolverine's the only cool thing about Canada.
No, you're forgetting.
What about Deadpool?
He's not Canadian.
Yeah, he is. He was part of
he was part of
Alpha
Weapon
Force.
X thing, wasn't he?
The Shatner's Canadian, and if you don't like Shatner, then what's that guy's name? The guy who played Scotty and did a bunch of other voices. Like he did a bunch of the voices in the animated series, the first Star Trek animated series. That
James Doohan.
Yeah, he was like.
Damn, you are right. He is Canadian.
And John Candy.
All right, there's a few cool things about Canada.
There's like a lot of like really. What's that guy? Mike Myers from Saturday Night Live.
Isn't Nickelback from Canada?
Wayne World started from Nickelback Canadian because
I don't know. I want to blame
Nickel crack.
Yeah, I saw some video on them, and
Hi, honey.
it turned out that
Hi.
it sounded like
Diana
they
just
started out
cleared her
pretty
throat.
creative, and then they went downhill
Wow.
Does that mean Diana wants to talk?
I think we're in trouble. Hi,
Everyone shut
Diana.
up.
Welcome
No,
to the
you're
show.
not. You guys are so funny. You're not in
Welcome
trouble.
to the show, Diana.
I'm sitting here and you guys are having this wonderful conversation. I didn't really know how to add to it, but I don't want to do this, but I have more cooking that I have to do.
Now you're
Oh
lying.
yeah, they're saying they American Thanksgiving.
Yes, it is American Thanksgiving.
She's
And-
messing with us.
Best Thanksgiving.
And I'm hosting dinner.
Waggle,
and
I
so
think.
I have about.
So does that
8
mean you
people
get
coming up.
Thursday and Friday off, you guys?
I am taking, yes, my company has given us both days off, so I'm very
Oh, that's
excited.
cool.
And I'm taking my children to see Trans-Siberian Orchestra on Saturday night. The Christmas
Oh
one.
wow,
I'm
that would be
very
really
excited.
cool to see in concert.
Yes,
Very
I
progressive
love
of
that.
you.
I love
Well,
that.
well, all you Americans will have to stop by after dark tomorrow night then.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm not going to the concert because I fear the super spreader event is too dangerous. So
You're
I
allowed
didn't
to
want to
feel the
go.
way
You,
you
you got
feel.
it sounds like you were having. So I wonder, where's Dr. Fauci? We can't have this conversation without Dr. Fauci. But it sounds like you're having symptoms similar to that virus, but without currently having it.
Exactly.
I was, yes.
That's such that is such a weird thing. I wonder if it's at all related, or if you just end up with some sort of other bug.
Well, that's what they're claiming around here, but I think that's because we were having a COVID outbreak and they didn't want everybody to know about it. Yes, I'm very conspiratorial.
Dr.
I believe in
Fauci sounds like a doctor from like either Pokemon or Mega Man. Yeah. Dr. Light, it's Dr. Fauci.
It's weird. There's just so many different strains of the virus, and I've heard that people can get different, even with all the immunity. There's talk that maybe somebody could get a different strain or something, maybe than they caught originally. I don't know.
Oh, certainly, yeah. And
Like,
there's
kind of like maybe I don't want to compare it to the flu, but I know somebody can get the flu and end up getting the flu again sometime.
yes.
Do you know
I don't
what
know.
day your campaign's going to end here or not?
Good change of topics.
23 days from now.
Yeah. You know what
but
exactly
I don't
what day
know what
that
day
is?
exactly. I'll have to go back and look. Hang on.
I have opened it up to include Canada.
Yeah, I saw that, and I was seeing the money.
You are such a nice lady.
Yeah, that's okay.
I actually want to get it. It's just I gotta see whether I'm gonna have the money in time.
It's no worries.
Hey, check
It's
it out.
If you do have it, and if you don't, it's okay.
Check
It's
this
always
out. It's
going
really
to be
cool.
available on the website.
Yeah.
This is a small little update for y'all.
Uh-huh.
You see it?
No.
Where? No,
I'm sharing screen.
you can't. It's not doing anything.
No, you
Well,
have
yeah,
to click.
yeah.
You have to click his shared screen like this.
Where?
No, that's not it. Wait, is that
Yeah,
it? That's
that was it.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Well, I can do sort of another update for them too, Timothy.
Oh, sure. Hold on. Let me click off this and then in that share screen. There you go.
I don't need to
okay.
share screen.
All right.
Where the heck are you, Rick? There you are. So, Rick, it officially ends December 18th.
Okay. Yeah. So this is Melvin, page 6. Hopefully, I will be done this week. These big panels with all the detail kill me.
Oh, there's so much, isn't there?
Yeah, well, doing all this flora and all that, just lines.
He's detailed.
Yeah.
I didn't realize Dan Aykroyd's Canadian. I mean, he got into some trouble about talking about cancel culture. Alan Thicke is as well.
Yeah, I know.
Canadian.
Kind of makes you wonder.
Legacy Fox.
It kind of makes you wonder, what did Dan Aykroyd do?
Tommy Chong. Oh yeah, I think he played a black character before.
Hey.
Not like minstrel show or vaudeville blackface, but he did wear some. He did
I know. I laughed so hard when I saw that.
What's that called? What's the Prime Minister of Canada? Thoreau.
Trudeau.
Justin Trudeau. Trudeau.
I can't even say his name.
Okay. Sketchbook. I can internet. You know, it just other people can internet. So not
Now,
many names. Diana.
I can't wait to get
What's
to
the matter?
this page.
Apparently, I can't internet according to the Sketchbook.
Why?
Are you
Piper?
Because you couldn't find the screen I was sharing.
Kiefer Sutherland. Well, these are all Canadian. These are all Canadians.
Now,
Mike
I can't wait to.
Myers.
I was going to say, I can't wait to get this to this page. This page should be easy to ink.
Oh yeah.
Here's page 8. Even page 7 looks fairly easy.
As you can tell, I took a little inspiration from the movie Demolition Man. Where they had that safety foam that came out of the vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in the vehicle, technically.
Well, actually, it was in the vehicle, but in this case, it'd be like if a ship was coming in too hot, and they would shoot out that safety foam, and it would land right in it, and it would get stuck there instead of continue going.
You can take it off me if you want. Yeah.
No, I like making you nervous with staring at you. No.
Everyone stare at Rick and point at him.
Oh, I don't care. I'm just saying for your audience sake.
So Martin Short, Keanu Reeves, Phil Hartman, they're all Canadians. Jim Carrey.
Ex-Canadians. Now they all live in the U.S.
Well, they were all. I'm just amazed.
You want to know the secretest of all?
Brendan
Chuck
Fraser.
Norris.
Was he Canadian?
What?
I don't know. I'm making it up.
Maybe he was secretly Canadian. Maybe
Chuck Norris is.
He was a Canadian illegal immigrant.
That I've heard that does happen. A buddy of mine was on the bus, I think down in Texas, and he said that there were a bunch of Border Patrol agents who boarded the bus and made all the dark skinned people show all the Mexicans show their ID, and then after the guys left, the agents left the bus.
And
the guy next to him said, "I'm an illegal." The guy laughed and said, "I'm an illegal immigrant from Canada," and they didn't even ask me for my ID.
So he slipped right by.
Yeah, it's Canadians, they'll just blend right in. It's not like on South Park. On South Park, they have these floppy heads, and that's how you can know someone's a Canadian character.
Not if they have seatbelts and harnesses.
Well, no, what I've heard is they got a surgery
Sketchbook.
started up there so they can keep the head from flopping so much.
I can't believe I called Trudeau Thoreau. I was just watching Louis Thoreau the other day. I was watching I wasn't really watching him. I just saw his Twitter page, I guess.
I have video of him everywhere. I watch.
Plus, it's called science. Plus, it's called science fiction, not science fact. It's a story.
I think Louis Thoreau's from Great Britain, though.
Great Britain's a weird little country, and it's been so powerful in the world history of the last 1,500 years or so.
And yet somehow it still
influential. Go ahead.
And yet somehow it still remains boring.
Well, it does, but it doesn't. Have you ever gotten into the lore of England? Some of and this, I'm going to use the word that I so fiercely oppose usually, but some of their pagan rites, rituals, and legends are bizarre. Oh my gosh, they're minefields and gold mines of information that as a writer, you can take some of that stuff and incorporate it because it's just bizarre.
Well, yeah, there's all these different regions too that have their own history, their own language, and dialect.
It's sci-fi fantasy. Give me a break, man.
You go to the northern England, and it might be even considered a different language depending on the linguist you talk to. There's northern England that used to be part of the kingdom of Northumbria, northern parts of northern England and Scotland.
I was watching a documentary the other night on that, Lorenzo, on northern England, And you're right. They had it like there was a cutting point where Catholicism in Rome kind of stopped going north, and from that point north, the whatever you want to call them, they would call them barbarians, but the people who were not of the Roman culture kind of flourished for a time, and then there was like this huge showdown when the walls finally came down. And I don't think there were literal walls. I think it was just where the influence ended.
I know Ireland. I'm pretty sure Ireland was really hard for foreigners to enter too.
Well, Ireland stayed pure until they made the leprechauns extinct.
Well, they put them in a bunch of. They put them in leprechaun colonies.
Maybe they
put them in some leper colonies.
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, leprechaun colonies.
But I was going to say they do. England,
Jesus.
Britain does have like one of the longest running, I think, sci-fi series, being Doctor Who.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, but does that count? That I don't know if that counts. Like, I guess technically it does. It's the same title, the same concept. But the idea that they've just jumped around with so many different doctors, it's almost like when you hear like how long Power Rangers has been on the air, and then you realize like, but they've had like 18 different teams. You know,
Yeah,
like,
but it's technically supposed to be the same guy. Just he morphs into somebody new.
Well, where did the woman come from then?
Well, again, morph from the guy to the girl.
No way.
Regeneration. He dies and then he regenerates.
She is way too pretty to be him. There's no way.
And
by him, I remember. So here's the thing. I only know one Doctor Who, and that's the guy from like the 70s, 80s with the long scarf and the curly hair.
Yeah, that's the one that they showed on the BBC. They showed a lot of his.
Yeah, that is the.
I mean, not BBC. They showed him on PBS. I mean,
so
I agree. He's my doctor as well.
I reject that metrosexual guy who I heard was really cool, but he was really pretty. And then I also reject the blonde lady. She's really pretty and all, but she's not my doctor.
Yeah. Sketchbook says, "Stop defending Doctor Who."
It sounds like Diana. Maybe
is he trolling us?
Diana had to get going, or what she was saying.
Yeah, she may have fallen asleep.
Eric,
I have fallen asleep.
Is Sketchbook trolling us?
I don't know.
No, but he's right.
The new Doctor Who is crap. A lot of the new Doctor Who is crap. The old
one was like, it kind of, I don't know. It maybe even made like Star Trek, the original series, look high budget. Comparison wise.
That was
I don't think they had hardly any budget with the BBC. And it was like if PBS made a show, it might not have the greatest budget in the world.
Okay, so he was harping on me about the idea about that safety foam thing that stops the ship, right? How many things in science fiction were impossible at one point in time, like transportation? Transporters, phasers, etc., and now they're possible.
We've got this numerical. What do they call them? Numerical control, where somebody can use like a CAD CAM program, and then it prints designs on a block of wood. Instead of carving it by hand, like the computer does it. People do that like right out of their own house. Nowadays, that's like totally like. So it would have been science fiction when I was a kid, I think. I mean, for somebody to have that sort of thing, like a 3D printer, that's like
my
really.
Apple Watch is totally Dick Tracy.
Is warp speed and light speed possible now? I don't think so.
Well,
that's something where there's some things in sci-fi that are possible or will eventually be possible, and some things that will probably never be, and it's hard to tell.
We do have warp and light speed currently. All those little cube things and rectangle things and triangle things in the sky they think are UFOs. No, that's us. That's us, and we have super powers with those things.
Well, that is possible. I think there's there could be some really advanced aircraft that they're testing out, like say in Roswell.
No, I think we got lucky and we got a big bad ship somehow, and we've, you know.
Well, I'm not a theorist, so I don't know any of those theories. I just thought it'd be cool to have ability to stop a ship before it smashes into a wall.
Do they have that on the X Files? I don't think I seen
Yeah,
that.
but okay,
Episode, but that's,
your thing. I wasn't sure. Is it the ship that puts out that foam, or is it one of the people after the?
It comes out of the walls, so you can see those little spout things.
Oh, this is an idea you've come up with. That's interesting.
Well, he got it from Demolition Man when the when the car crashed and it filmed with foam. But he's
the best
having
way to describe it is it's a homage.
Yeah,
because you openly discuss how you got it from there, so it's like it really is a homage to that whole.
It's based on that idea, yeah.
Yeah, that's
I like
cool.
that whole spores thing. I don't know. Maybe that writer lost the. I don't know if that writer. He maybe lost the lawsuit, but there was an allegation, and I'll just say it's an allegation. I don't think it was necessarily ever proven in court, but that Star Trek Discovery may have been inspired by some some other science fiction series to have
video game.
I don't know if they ever. I don't think they necessarily proved it in court, but it's kind of interesting. Oh yeah, video game.
I believe that the video game was thoroughly ripped off, and that Star Trek beat him down with lawyers and paid off judges. That's what I believe.
Allegedly.
I'm very harsh. That's what I believe. Black and white. They're guilty. Star Trek's bad.
Yeah,
well, not the first series.
Did they just didn't they? Somebody said that they solved the issue of why they didn't have that on the Enterprise. With Captain Kirk or Pike before that, is that they just ripped it out of the ship. I don't know if that's true, if that really happened on Discovery, but
that warp drive or whatever you want to call it in
Discovery?
It was experimental. It was an experimental thing, and because it was they sort of explained why it didn't get put to all the other.
Is that how Telly ended up shrooming that one day? Because there was this episode, one of the few episodes of that show I had seen at Discovery. They were playing this Pink Floyd music, and I think they actually had the engineer performing brain surgery on her to get the spores out. It was really bizarre. And it's like
that Diana clear.
It was entertaining, but
yes, it was. Sorry.
It wasn't what I would consider Star Trek.
Hi.
How are you doing over there?
Question, Sketchbook. Since the characters in the ship are wearing seatbelts, doesn't the fucking seatbelt stop them from moving? God, what an ass.
They had those gravity belts on the original Star Trek animated series. Not quite sure how that worked, but
gravity belts.
Yeah, well, they were like these belts that kept. I think it was. Yeah, I think it provided gravitation, so they didn't just float around in the ship, even though that wasn't an issue in the original series. They added that for the animated series.
I have to be honest with you. If I was ever in space and they didn't have artificial gravity, I would feel funny having to pee in the space with anti-gravity.
Yeah, how the heck did they do that?
They're going to get it all over them at some point. It's all going to roll right back at you.
Yeah, it's hard enough as it is without artificial gravity.
Unless you had a vacuum cleaner, you could suck it up out of the air.
Well, Chris, if you had to be in anti-gravity and pee, would that just pee you off?
Yeah. What they were drinking all that Tang too, so they probably had to pee a lot.
I used to eat Tang. I thought it was a sugary treat.
Really?
Yeah, back in the 70s and 80s. I remember my mom wouldn't buy us snacks, so I would sneak out to the kitchen and we had Tang all the time. So I'd get a spoonful of Tang and just suck that stuff down like it was like a Twizzle stick or whatever. There was.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was.
And it was so good. It was almost
similar.
Yeah, it had that tangy, bittery, make your whole face go tart, but it was good.
Oh yeah, I forgot that they had those those whatever you were calling that.
Oh, the pixie
Yeah,
stixer, the
yeah,
sugar-filled
those,
tarts. Yeah.
yeah, those were fun. But yeah, that's just like it's like cotton candy or something. I mean, it's just almost pure sugar, I would
It's
imagine.
entire, yeah, with some sort of like just a little bit of tart stuff in it. Like during Halloween, those are
Yeah.
my favorite cheap candies because you can just open them up and you pour that sugar down the back of your tongue and you just sugar
That would
rush.
be a
Here we
good way
go.
to like if to get sugar into one system. I
Oh
mean,
yeah.
it would probably be better to eat like some sort of slow acting carbs. But if you really want to just like gosh, yeah, I could imagine like even an adult would like get quite a sugar buzz off of that stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's really a buzz, but like I can get a lift if I eat enough sugar quick enough.
Oh
It's just
yeah,
a crash. Like 45 minutes later, I can feel it. It's like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah. It's a good crash isn't good.
nap time.
Yeah, my mom didn't like buying like sugary cereal, except for we had cocoa wheats. I don't know if you've ever had that before.
Mm-mm.
And I mean, I mean, it doesn't have sugar, but you can add sugar, and it's actually really good with milk and sugar added, like lots and lots of sugar. But
Yeah. Well,
I,
when I was
Did you
young,
hear
no,
that?
probably not all that happy to. I mean, healthy to add the. I don't think that's any healthier than eating like
when I
Hello.
was
or anything.
when I was down in Guatemala,
Sorry.
I bought my mom some chocolate tea, and it had some sort of I guess cocoa leaves and all that.
What? What?
For making
What?
tea.
Oh, cocoa, not coca. Okay.
Hey guys.
She
I was
enjoyed
thinking
that?
you were saying coca,
I'm
and
so-
it's like, well, you smuggled that into Canada.
I just want to say I'm sorry.
No worries, Tim. Welcome back. Rick, did she enjoy it?
Yeah, she's not a big tea drinker, but I thought that would be something neat. I think she still has some of it left actually, and that was like 4 or
How
5
long
years
ago
ago.
did you buy it? 5 years?
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I thought he said coca, but coca is different from cocaine. But cocaine
Oh, I
is
thought he
made from
said cocaine
coca.
tea.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I'm not
I
sure
thought he said
exactly.
coca tea at first because I know like certain parts of South America it's popular.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what it was made of. I'm just assuming it was coca leaves, like the chocolate plant leaves.
Oh no.
Cocoa, not coca. Okay, because I don't know. I mean, I watched a Jacques Cousteau special though, and they were adding like kerosene to it. I watched this in school, and like what happened, it would change the chemical compound and make the coca leaves like what it was like some sort of cocaine or something. It definitely
It
wasn't.
was like Breaking Bad stuff.
Well, it was just it was just horrible. This one guy supposedly smoked 100 coca-based cigarettes per day, and that guy was just oh gosh, probably should say a prayer for that guy if he's still alive because the guy was just like it was messed up. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
Yeah, no. Drugs are one of those things. When I was growing up, if you will, like between the ages of 18 and 25, really, I got to try everything I wanted to. When ecstasy came out, my son had just been born. If you know what ecstasy is, it's like the designer drug. It was really
I've
big
heard
for a
people
time in the 90s.
overeating.
And both my girlfriend and I wanted to try it, but because we had a kid, at least me, I never did. I don't know if she did at some point after we broke up. So I never got anything past ecstasy. I was done experimenting, and that was it.
Well, that's
But,
probably good. I don't know. I know people have to. It seems like they're drinking lots of water when they. I've heard people can overheat and like just. I mean, just get. I don't know if they get really bad fevers or what. But I heard people can even die from ecstasy.
But yeah,
like, they make it
no,
the wrong
it
way
was-
or something, or
Yeah, it was
or maybe
definitely
the-
during when it first came out and we had it available to us. There was a decent probability. I'd say 1 in 10 were probably getting sick, and maybe 10% of those out of 100 were dying.
Yeah,
was pretty
it might
serious.
just
Yeah.
be ecstasy in general. I didn't know if it was a specific kind or what, but that's why I always stayed away from that.
Yeah, God steered me directly away from that because once we
Yeah,
had the kid, I was like, yeah, I'm not playing games anymore.
no, that's thank God for that because I don't know. It's just a bad. I know some people that got into like these party drugs and it really messed up their probably most of the people I know who got into that maybe. I don't know if most of the people that end up messing them up, but some people definitely did. So
I've actually seen the people it actually really messes up. If you've ever gone to the Salvation Army to get breakfast and the guy right next to you is tweaking,
Yeah.
it's awful.
Yeah, when we were doing the street ministry, but see, by the time I was doing that, it was mostly heroin. And that stuff, it's just as bad as anything you've ever seen. The heroin guys it's crazy because if they're in the throes of desperation, if they need their stuff and they don't have a way to get it, there's a different look in their eyes. They're not appeased. They're freaking out. They're getting upset. And at that point, I don't know that you could say they're safe to be around.
I have a friend who was a hobo, like an actual hobo. I didn't even know they had them really had many anymore until I don't know. I heard about it a little bit from folk singers, but the thing is though, you got into that stuff as well, and that's what happened to Kurt Cobain.
Okay, so I want to know what
I
Rick is
never
up to
tried that.
Well, the delusion there was that Kurt had chronic stomach pains, so he thought, well, if I shoot up heroin, I'm actually treating my stomach pains, and he was just he was in denial, is what he was.
Yeah,
That's too bad.
It's too bad because when it happens to a lot of creative people. Unfortunately, they get into drugs, and that's one thing I don't like about the mainstream entertainment industry is. It seems I don't know.
That
I
just
don't
looks
know
wrong,
if
Rick.
I don't know if the management encourages it or if it's just a way that they find they can go and do more. Like maybe they start up with some uppers to stay awake.
Lorenzo, if Rick pulls out a paper, I'm going to go full screen to him.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not pulling out a paper. I got my mom to get the chocolate tea that she had. I thought it might have the ingredients.
Oh, that's what the kids are calling it this day? Chocolate tea?
He's going to start rolling maple leaves.
What the heck?
Canadian.
That's not helping your argument, brother.
He's writing the chocolate tea.
Whatever the heck that stuff is.
Oh my word!
But this is the bag it came in. It was a lot fuller. It was like
maybe
it's
you can see this on air.
Marijuana. When my grandkids grow up and ask me what Canadian marijuana looks like, I'm going to show them a screenshot of that.
Hey, this is
I'm guessing if you were able to bring that back, that probably if it's just chocolate, then I can understand that. It just kind of looks bad on camera.
Hold on, Rick.
This is from Guatemala.
Okay, anyway, to address Sketchbook's comment, Phil Anselmo also drank an entire bottle of wild turkey just to feel numb.
Yeah, just even drinking, I don't know. Isn't wild turkey kind of like less expensive whiskey too?
Yeah, he damaged his back while I guess doing a stage dive, and he thought, well, I'm famous now, I can't stop working, so he got addicted to heroin. He started drinking a lot, and I guess to try to mask the pain or something, or to numb himself up.
Oh yeah, I've seen like alcohol mess up with so many people's lives too. Yeah, so.
Well, I've told a lot of people the story. Whenever I've obtained Percocets through medical requirements, I got them after my gallbladder surgery. I got them after a major infection in a tooth. Both times I felt almost superhuman when I was on the Percocets. Now that's an opioid. I've not got the balls to do heroin because I am terrified of needles, thank God. But I could definitely feel, and Diana can probably tell you, there was a temptation there. Like as my prescription ran out, I started cutting the pills in half so I could extend taking them a little longer.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
And
That's
I
not
actually
good.
had to tell my I've had to tell my
But
doctor.
I recommend people be very careful, like if they get their wisdom teeth pulled or in like
Oh, yeah.
and getting prescribed like codeine. Be very very careful with that. Caused me to have mood swings when
Well,
like
the
2
purpose
decades
says
ago or something. But
as long as I don't go over like 3 or 4 days of use, I'm fine. But you get me into a week, and I start concocting ways to like get more or extend my current dosages.
Yeah, we
And
cut that right
I
out.
yeah, I know that's a I know that would be a weakness. Like if they were to put me on that long term, like they used to, with
oh
people like
wow,
with
yeah,
chronic pain.
Yeah, that
I'd be
years ago
addicted.
now they don't. They don't give you. They
Right.
give you Tylenol.
Well, I got all kind of lovey dovey, and then the next second there, I was still living at home, I think, and it was like because I had my wisdom teeth pulled, and it was like I was all lovey dovey one minute, and then I like kind of flipped out the handle or whatever
Really?
the phrase is.
Wow.
The next moment from that, it gave me such bad like Jekyll and Hyde type mood swings.
Wow.
That I was like, nope, I'm not taking this anymore. I'll deal with the pain.
Hey Diana,
I drool.
Diana,
Yes.
prednisone.
Oh yeah.
Yes, prednisone was a mood.
I'm like the Hulk on prednisone. I tear up
Sketchbook.
things.
Let's see. I don't know. He's talking about someone who was a devil worshiper. And
Yeah,
he said he can't handle certain drugs. Then over-the-counter prescription meds. I don't use recreational drugs anymore. Cool. So that's kind of like a little testimony about his history.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe did I start this topic or did Rick? I think maybe Rick did this time.
You know what the saddest story I ever heard was
his Cocoa Puffs. Go ahead. Sorry, Timothy.
That doesn't sound very reliable source. The Kurt Cobain being forced to go to rehab and basically fighting his best friend of like since high school, and then like getting into a fight at the airport and then running away, and then like that's the last time he ever saw him. Because he I guess he went home and he said. Yeah, he said, I'm not going to be able to see him Kurt anymore. That's probably the last time I'll ever see him. And like later on.
Oh, boy. Sorry, Tim. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I used to think that because musicians did heroin that must make them like, oh, that must be what's there, some magical. But I think it's quite the opposite. Like there's this guitarist and he's excellent guitarist. He used to play with famous musicians, but then I heard the guy was on heroin, and it seemed like that was like, if that was the case, it certainly was messing up his guitar playing, because he could be like one of the best guitar players one day, and then another day he's acting like he's on drugs, and he's I think it actually can harm someone's creativity seriously. Like, it's just so many great people we lost too, like Hendrix and.
Well, the only way it helps someone's creativity is if they screw up something on tape and someone else remembers how they did it. Like any other time, it's just like them grooving to the music, and they'd be just as good, if not better, if they were straight.
Yeah,
but
I think
occasionally someone will screw up and do something totally unconventional, and they'll call that like the creative drip, but it's not. You got lucky. It was a coincidence. You were wasted.
Yeah, that could happen.
The treble too high or something.
It's too bad. I'm glad I never tried that, because I used to think all these famous people did these drugs and that's why they were good. Actually, I think they were good in spite of those drugs, and they're just probably doing those drugs because of all the stress of being on the road and all this stuff, or if they're a movie actor because of.
I think it's even more. I think it's even more perverse, bro. I think like. So I put myself in that situation when I was doing music and stuff. If I had gotten platinum success and all the groupies and stuff and all the money, I think I would embrace all the partying. I'd be like, oh heck yeah, let's get high, let's do this, let's do coke, let's do acid,
Yeah,
whatever, you know. Because that's what you're there. You made it
yeah.
this far, partying the way up. Some of these guys are just self-destructive, and that's probably why God never let me do anything in music beyond like a few, fun projects, because I don't think I could have handled it at that age. I would have just self-destructed.
Yeah, that's a possibility. And the thing is, if somebody's on some major record label and they die, some of these people have recorded so many different songs, like Tupac might be making more. I don't know. How many albums has he made since he's dead compared to when he was alive? That'd be interesting to have a tally.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know?
know, but he's had a few, hasn't he?
Yeah, and it's really spooky. It's to the point where some people think he's still alive. I don't think so, but I mean, I think he just was. I just think it's like kind of like how Buddy Holly had those like basement tapes or whatever, and they
Right.
were able to like do some overdubs or whatever. I think he probably released it after he died because it's got like overdubs and stuff. If you hear those
You do a
original,
lot if you have like someone's home studio tapes and they were goofing around.
yeah,
You can do a heck of a lot with a good producer and a really good studio.
yeah. Nowadays you can do like they took a Nat King Cole and had his like now adult daughter sing like a duet with him.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, did like a whole album I think that way, and it was just with Natalie Cole and Nat King Cole. And that was like one of the top selling albums for a while. And now we've got even better technology. Yeah, you can like now you got like these voice simulators, and it sounds like almost exactly like someone. It's kind of creepy. And then there's those deep fakes too, and I think these things are going to get better and better. And
Well, the deep fakes are scary. I've been looking into it just so I can do some sort of meme videos. And they're
yeah,
getting easier and easier. I just haven't done it because I'm like, that takes too much time. By the time I look into it, I'm like, nah, don't bother. Just, you got to make
imagine
comics. You don't have time for this.
imagine what it'd be like in 20 years from now. I mean, how good that technology could be.
Oh, it's going to be impossible to tell the difference.
Yeah,
So I want to, excuse me, I want to share something because you guys got me thinking about music talking like that. So I'll share this just because this caught my eye today. And I really thought it was cool. Can you hear it?
no.
Maybe I did it wrong.
Oh,
I can hear a little bit.
was that in California somewhere? Oh, I see. This is a mashup. Oh, I love these mashup videos.
I love these things. Wait,
Chris, you remember
you
that
haven't-
one night we sat and watched all of those videos from way back when? That was so much fun.
Yeah.
We had a blast, you guys. We had
We got to hear the chorus.
I still like this song though.
You will. Hang on. This is awesome. That's awesome. The only thing that stinks about that is that Ozzy never got a chance to sing in it. Like through that whole thing, it's all.
What would he say?
I've seen that one before. It's a great mashup.
It
I thought
is.
it was
Well,
California Jam at the beginning, like it was the California Jam Festival, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was, but they just used Black Sabbath's music really. Ozzy never even gets a chance to mutter anything, so I don't know what the plan was there, but they used the music and then they used the Temptations. And
Yeah.
I had just finished listening to the original, and I can tell you they downstepped the vocals. They used a auto tune feature which can move the octave of the singing, and they
Oh, my
moved it
sketchbook is
down to
talking
Black
about that, I
Sabbath's
think.
pitch. What's that?
Sorry to interrupt. My sketchbook did mention that, but go ahead. So what they do, they was
Yes, he's right.
the
Yes,
voice?
they'll stretch. What they'll do is they'll stretch the octave to match whatever the music has, and then they can also stretch the time. So, like, let's say this is a couple of beats faster than this.
Yeah.
They can digitally meet those in the middle and make it compromise digitally so that it sounds like it was always meant to do that. But sometimes these mashups work really great, and other
Yeah.
times not so much. I got in the mood to hear Get Ready today. So I listened to that, then I listened to a cover of it, and then I saw the mashup, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." So yeah, I wanted to play that a little bit since we're sitting
Yeah,
here.
please send that to me. I probably have already had that in press like or whatever, but it's possible I haven't seen that. I have watched. It might have been that same person who made the mashup though that I've seen a number of these mashups. I love them. They're like they're really good to listen to as far as you give people creative ideas.
I'm just checking out what Sketch is saying, and yeah, I agree with you on both. And that's kind of how I know a little bit about it too. I've done actually the whole reason Diana fell in love with me was because of a CD that I put together, and she just couldn't resist.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
That's not the only reason.
Oh, not the only reason.
I fell in love with
But that
his
was
heart.
a reason.
Listen, I fell in love with his heart. Chris has an amazing heart, and he loves Jesus. And
That's
fell in
true. I
with
do
that
love Jesus.
first. That was my first thing, that he was so passionate about God, and he'd love to talk about God. We would talk about the scriptures until, I don't even know, like way into the morning. We both had to get up for work, and we'd still be talking
We talked
about
so
it.
long about the scriptures, we ended up getting married.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
true.
man, it is true. So
And
guys,
now,
I
now
was
we're
gonna
in
say,
like.
Why is
Go
it
ahead.
that I think of that scene from Nacho Libre, where his father was a deacon from Mexico and his
Mexico.
mother was a missionary from Scandinavia, and they tried to convert each other, but they got married instead, and they die.
Well, fortunately, we've always been kind of like-minded, except Diana, is more like a straight arrow, and I'm more like a heartbeat. Bloop, 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 bloop. So she pretty much will stay pretty stable, and I'm the guy who's always like, "Hey, you know what I think? I figured out the whole conspiracy of the church. Let me tell you about it." And then the next day, I'm like, "Nah, that was nothing. Let me tell you about the new thing." Then the next day, I've always been very conscious, and sometimes I worry because I don't want to be like the grass, swaying to and fro. But sometimes my mind just wanders, and I'm like, there's so many things that are wrong in the world, and you can't do anything about it. But occasionally, I get obsessed with them, and then I hang on to my little straight arrow over there, and she helps me get through it.
Well, I think this creating stuff is
yes, that is a
positive
very
solution.
good analogy. Look at what
Sketchbook.
I am
Yeah.
Chris's pacemaker. I pace him because if not, he'd be. You see him now. Imagine if I wasn't here in the background going, "Yoo-hoo, crazy man, I love you, but hey, you can't do that."
Did you did you help get him back into comics then? Because I've heard the story before.
No, I always encouraged him to draw. I wanted him to draw,
Right.
and to create art and start drawing again because he stopped for so many years.
Lorenzo, you
That
want to
was
hear the weirdest truth?
All his thing.
I went to her and I told her I want to make a cartoon like the old Marvel 60s cartoons where they were just drawings with very cheap animations and sliding characters. And remember those, right? From like Captain America throws his mighty shield. Those shows. Everybody must remember those. Anyways, I went to her and said,
that's a catchy song. I don't know if I don't know if they were. I remember Rocky and Bullwinkle reruns and like.
Oh no, I'm talking about the old
cartoon.
Marvel ones. So I told her I wanted to do a cartoon like that.
Huh.
And I started drawing because I thought it would be so easy just to draw like a single cell and animate it. But then, of course, I saw how bad that cell looked, and I had to work on it. And then I was like, Diana's like, well, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? And next thing I knew, I was doing a daily comic, which was
cool.
the first part of 2019. And then I decided that was too clumsy. I needed to do a page every 3 days. And then I was like, well, no, now I need to do a real issue. And then by 2020, I had started doing, actual books, I'd say. I'd started in 2019, but by 2020, we were actually printing them and stuff.
Yeah.
So you're saying by 2020 you had some issues?
Yes.
Tennessee Tuxedo, that's another one I remember from.
Yes, that is a classic.
Like,
I don't know if
the
it's
King
any
and
good,
Odie.
but that's a classic.
Yeah, there's this guy called, his name was Don Melvoin. I'm not doxing him, but he passed away a few years ago, but he had the Deputy Don show. And like, he's this guy from Michigan who was like doing this, like, kind of fake, like, Southern or Southwestern sheriff type character. And like, kids would go on there, like, it would be their birthday, and he'd talk to them for like a, 5, I don't know, not very long probably, but it was a cool show though, because it was like this talk show where he had a green screen in the background, and I think that's where he would show the cartoons, at least where the kids who were there at the theater or whatever, the studio would probably see the cartoons behind him on the screen. It was really cool because we got to see Popeye and a bunch of old school cartoons.
Hey, I need to address this. My sketchbook, I would not be the Christian with the tinfoil hat, because a good Christian knows how to make a tinfoil hat in less than 20 seconds, and tinfoil is readily available, and if not, it's in the trunk of my car. So I would not have a tinfoil hat, though I would have a roll of tinfoil handy.
What was that?
And now
Where
you
did that
know.
come from? Oh my gosh.
I just wanted to know, I don't have a tinfoil hat, but I can in less than 20 seconds.
And now
if the
you
aliens
know.
come, I can protect.
And knowing is half the battle.
That's right. I'll make one for
That's
my wife
so
right
funny.
after me.
I don't need a tinfoil hat.
Oh, you will if they come a calling.
Chris,
Who comes to calling?
you are her tinfoil.
The aliens.
Tinfoil hat.
Now I'm a tinfoil hat. Oh my gosh, you guys.
Diana is Chris's tinfoil hat.
Yeah, there you go.
She keeps all the crazy right there.
Somewhere I have an avatar with a tinfoil hat, but I can't find it. I think
We're
it's
gonna all
on
have to get
it's on my
tinfoil
phone, not the computer, the Chromebook.
So we are actually way over an hour.
Yeah. Look at how
We
good
have
I was. I didn't even tell you guys I'm going.
I know,
I've
but
been
we
sitting
do
here
have to get
listening.
busy because, like, I know for a fact I have stuff I have to get done.
Yeah, and I have turkey that's waiting to defrost because I didn't defrost it. It didn't defrost.
So can we
like it
do
was
a
supposed
round
to.
of what we're doing this week? So we have Friday night. I'll be doing Tism Schism. I think tomorrow night is Lorenzo.
We also
tomorrow
have-
is Thanksgiving, so
No, it's Thanksgiving, honey. He's not doing
canceled
it
the
tomorrow
show for tomorrow. 'Cause
Okay, so tomorrow's canceled. Rick, what do you got going
Wait,
on?
well, tomorrow, of course, I will be on.
Yeah, because
after
you don't
dark.
have to do Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I did it last month, sort of. I don't know.
Are you
I
doing the
worked
10
through it.
o'clock after dark thing?
Yes, I will be. I'll be coloring up my character that I drew up on Tuesday, yesterday, and then Friday, of course, is the one, the only, the high noon, and be coloring. Finish doing some more on this page here that you see up there, and then Saturday is draw along.
Dun, dun,
Will you be there,
dun.
Chris?
That's the
Are
3
you gonna
o'clock
come and
thing?
draw along? Yeah.
Did I make it last time? I think I made it last week, right?
Yeah, I think you were
Yeah, I'll make
early compared to. Not sure who was there first, Sketchbook or you.
The
I
Sketchbook
actually,
was,
I think you were. I think you were there first, and then he had to leave when you shortly after you came in. Or
Right.
vice
Yeah, I
versa.
think that's what happened. But yeah, I think the first time I was like, what, almost 2 hours late?
Yeah.
Hey, Rick, here I am. I fell asleep, man. Anyway, yeah, that was bad. Tim, you
I'll
don't
be
host
putting a
any
notice
streams,
in
right?
probably tomorrow or
So what?
tomorrow.
You
Or
don't
no.
host any streams, right, Tim?
No, I just show up.
All right, man. We can count on you being there.
Well,
We are going to be on.
I'm not working.
So, guys, if you aren't doing anything on Sunday night at, let's see, what time is it? Blah, 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 blah. Sunday night at 5 p.m. We are going to be on CromCon.
Oh,
cool. I might try and get on that next month.
Yeah, you should. So
yeah,
we're
we have
gonna
to
be
go
there.
shill our stuff, man. We
Yeah.
we have to get our backers higher. So we're going to try to expand the market. I'm going to try to sell our book to Chinese businessmen that live in San Francisco.
Yeah, why not?
Good luck.
Well, that's good. As long as they live in the States, right? Or Canada.
Yeah, because we're not shipping out of the States right now.
Can you imagine if you could get their book in China and then if the communists were fine with that, and then that'd be
have a
No,
doggone
your
good
your
time.
wife your wife did change it, so you are shipping out of the States now.
Oh, we're hey, honey.
Yeah.
Let's sell to Canadian golf course tenders. The people who mow the lawns.
Listen, I'm going to leave because my homework is done.
Yeah,
I've
I'm
been
gonna
doing
leave
my
too, but-
poetry homework.
So
Well,
hang
we've
on,
been
close
talking.
out the show properly.
Close up the show properly.
Yeah.
Hey guys, happy Thanksgiving.
too.
If you celebrate it, thank you for
Well,
coming. What
If
else
you
you want
don't
me to say,
celebrate
Chris?
it, thank you for being you.
Well, I think Rick probably celebrated it, but earlier, right?
Yeah, a month
Yeah.
ago.
I wonder if it was like it's in October, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, they have it like before Halloween, I think, right?
Silly
Or-
Canadians.
Well, they actually have it like at harvest time, which right because it's up here in Michigan. I think it's past harvest here. So
Yeah. Well, at least I put it a little bit further. The good thing is with the Canadian one, there's a little bit more time between it and Christmas dinner.
Yeah, yeah. That's one thing about Thanksgiving. Once you hit this, you're in the final countdown. Christmas is coming. The stores are getting flooded out. You know, you can hear the music. It's louder every morning. Christmas time is singing. Ding dong, ding dong.
I
Diana,
think you
you're
got that
supposed to
song
do
so
the
wrong.
I totally have it wrong. So I guess this is it, babe. Do you know how to shut down the stream?
Yeah, I already said good night. Good night, everybody. Thanks for coming.
good night,
Don't
everybody.
forget to check Hero
Good night,
Shack
Shelly.
Kickstarter. Great Cyclopean 3 is on Kickstarter now. What else did I
All the
forget?
addresses are in the description.
Our address is in the description, and also stop in and visit at heroshack.com for extra
Fun.
items. Extra fun. Did I do good? No, you know what it is? Because I have to get my homework in. It's due tomorrow, and I haven't finished it, and I don't want to be doing homework on Thanksgiving Day, so I'm doing it now.
Just say a dog ate it.
Yeah, the dog. I can't.
Not
it's
your
virtual.
dog, someone else's dog.
Hey,
It's
can I come
virtual.
over and visit when you're done? Can we study together tonight?
Yeah, we can. Yes, we can study together tonight, honey.
All
All right, you guys. Peace out. Thanks
Take
for
care.
stopping in.
Let's see if she does
it.
it. Are you going to do it? Are you going to do it?
Oh, yeah, I can do it. All right, watch. I'm going to do it. And
What
see.
did you want? Go!
She hasn't done